Welcome back to the Bad Influence Podcast with me, yours truly, Jordan Banderas. Don't forget to hit that follow, subscribe button so you never miss out on our deep dives into real shit. Today, we're ripping off the mask on emotional abuse, how it fucks with your head in relationships, life in general, and the journey to snatch back your healthy self-image, which is incredibly important right now in the age of social media, is my opinion. So, I'm gonna talk about it. And I want to talk about emotional abuse because I think a lot of us have been through it. People post their stories on social media and everything, so I read a lot of those stories, and you can tell that they've been abused emotionally because of how they write, the amount of detail. There's so many things, because I've done this. But now, for some fucking reason, you sweep it under the rug and try to forget about it like it never happened. You're trying to look tough on social media, like nothing bugs me. I was never abused, I was never told I was fat, it never hurt me or anything like that. But deep inside, you're fucking dying. That's what I have seen. And look, I'm not judging, okay? I used to do this my entire life because of the environment I grew up in, where if you talk about something like that, you'll be seen as weak. But let's set one fucking thing straight. It's not a weakness, since it can make you stronger mentally and emotionally. And the reason is because you must figure out the kinds of emotional abuse you're carrying around, because if you don't, you'll be hurt by it, and you'll hurt others because of it. During my journey, I've learned that emotional abuse is a sneaky bastard, manipulating through fear, control, and put-downs. It chips away at your self-esteem and fucks up your view of love and yourself. So it makes it hard to find and maintain a healthy relationship with others, and most importantly, with yourself. You start to hate yourself. There's so many things that go through your head that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you hate what you see. The other day, I talked to my friend Maria, who has gone through a lot. She was in a very emotional, abusive marriage. She has been divorced for 3 years. Maria has tried to move on as she should, but it's hard for her because she doesn't see herself as worthy of anything. I saw how her ex treated her, and he was a piece of shit. And I know that a lot of guys are going to be like, Jordan, that doesn't happen very often. Well, guess what, motherfucker? That happened right in front of my eyes. I didn't get involved because she asked not for me to get involved, so I didn't do it. And in this case, here's what happened this one time. This is why I say he's a piece of shit. My wife and I went to a parade on the 4th of July with them a few years ago. It was a fucking shit show. They brought a lot of food, but instead of him helping her carry all the stuff from the car to the area we were at, he goes, I'm not helping you. I'm not helping you to carry any of the shit you brought. I told you I didn't want to come, so I'm not helping you. Yeah, that's what he said. During the whole day, during this whole event, which lasted hours, he kept putting her down. He kept saying shit like, you're so stupid since you couldn't make the potato salad how my mom taught you. He even went on to say, you're lucky I married you because no one else would have taken you since you're so stupid. Yeah. This happened right in front of me. I'm not fucking kidding you. The day literally was filled with non-stop banter of emotional abuse. I got pissed listening to this bullshit. So, I was calm, cool, and collected, and I asked him, dude, what the fuck is your issue? Just like that, straight up. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? His answer was something that I have heard from guys, and I have done it myself. And this is what he said. He said, she pissed me off because this dumbass got pregnant when I told her I don't want to have any more kids after our fourth time. I, being myself and curious as hell, said, it takes two to tango and to make a baby, so it's also on you. This fucker flipped out. He was all like, why would I let it be my fault? This isn't my fault. The answer after that was too fucking easy. I just said, well, if she's not on birth control and you don't wrap it, then chances of getting pregnant are way higher. You know? He didn't like my comment, I guess. He made a massive scene at the park we were at. He was all like, why would I allow her to be on birth control when she's just going to cheat on me? I'm like, oh my gosh, what the fuck? Then he said, I told her from the very beginning when we got together that I don't like condoms and she needs to make sure she doesn't get pregnant. After he said that, I didn't have anything else to say since he thought he was right, which he wasn't. Fuck you, red pill. Fuck you. But at some point during the parade, he got mad again and for some fucking reason just said to my friend Maria, you're worthless. I'm going home, so figure out how to get there. I was just like, what the fuck again? Like, dude, you're so bitter. Let it go. So my wife and I took her and her kids home that day. I mean, we were not gonna let her be there, right? We're not assholes. I wanted to share this story so you can understand the emotional abuse that Maria went through. Because if this is what happened outside their house, imagine what was going on behind closed doors. When I was talking to Maria a few days ago, she told me that she didn't think she could be in a relationship even after trying to move on because she feels like damaged goods and like she has to have very tall walls to not be hurt again because her ex literally destroyed her. Based on what Maria was telling me, I decided to open up about my own struggles with emotional abuse. I have previously discussed some of these experiences on previous episodes. I went on to tell Maria that I had learned that emotional abuse is a long-term issue that you're going to have to deal with your entire life because the scars of emotional abuse stretch way past any toxic relationship. Anyone who has gone through emotional abuse often battles anxiety, depression, and shattered self-worth, which can make stepping into new relationships feel like walking through a fucking minefield. You don't want to get blown up again, right? You don't want to be torn to pieces again. And often I feel that people that go through this kind of abuse might find themselves drawn to the same partners who reflect the same fucked up dynamics they've known their entire life. You know, it just goes on a circle. It's a fucking twisted dance of seeking comfort that can sometimes lead back to the abuse. Not physical. It doesn't have to be physical or just verbal. It can be any type of abuse. And figuring out this fucking pattern is the step one towards breaking free. But it's hard. It's fucking hard. And it takes a long ass time. So because of what I told her, Maria asked me how I could break this cycle. And I'm going to share my answer with you. I feel like this might actually work for you. And again, you can tweak it. If you need to make some changes, just make the fucking changes. But what worked for me was to find therapeutic alliances like my wife. She lets me just talk, literally, and release whatever the fuck I'm carrying. Also, getting help from a mental health professional is fucking crucial if you need it, because it lets you focus on building trust and validating your feelings. And when you do this, when you start building trust, not just with your therapist because you have to open up, but with your partner, with your friends, and they start validating your feelings, or you actually start to learn to validate your own fucking feelings, it can help you rewrite the toxic narratives in your head that are crucial for moving on. And doing this can provide the guidance and affirmation that you need to navigate the complexities, because it's a fucking complex thing to do in life, of recovering from emotional abuse. But when you recover, you're going to be like, what the fuck? I feel so much better. You feel energetic, strong. Ooh, you love yourself. But you need to learn self-awareness too. You need to grab a hold of your story without letting it define you. No. It's your story, yes, but that doesn't define you. And therapy can help you do this. It can offer strategies to boost self-esteem and pinpoint healthy relationship patterns. So you start to learn new things. You start to rewrite your narrative. You start to rewire your brain. You start to rewire your brain, and then you start to move on. But another thing that you will need is self-compassion. Doing this type of thing to you, giving you that self-compassion, is a killer tool for moving on from the emotional damage. This means treating yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a good friend or a stranger, and getting rid of the negative self-talk that's often a leftover from emotional abuse. And you have to remember that this kind of abuse often strips your sense of power and agency. But reclaiming this means recognizing your fucking rights and your inherent power. It's about screaming no to what harms you and yes to what truly fulfills you. Learning to trust your own decisions is crucial to rebuilding your life free from abuse. Because then you're not going to question yourself when somebody tells you, oh, you're dumb, you can do this, you can do that. You're like, oh yeah, watch me. But until you have done all of this, you're going to be like, maybe that person is right. I don't know myself. Because you don't have any self-awareness, you don't have any self-compassion, you don't have any self-love. And that's why you keep doing this. But when you do all of these, oh boy, everything changes. But if you have toxic people in your life, you have to keep your distance from those emotional abusive fuckers, like an ex. It's key to cutting down conflicts. You might need to pull in a trusted friend as an emotional buffer at social events, or keep conversations public to keep interactions calm, cool, and collected without escalating conflicts. Yeah, if you don't feel safe or comfortable behind closed doors, leave them open. Go to a park, go to a cafe, talk, don't yell. So remember that dealing with the hurt means facing the shit head on without letting it pass abuses taint your reactions. It's about acknowledging your feelings without letting them run the show. Without your feelings overtaking you, overpowering you. You build the capacity to respond rather than react, because this helps to keep you in control of your emotions and actions. You're like, what can I do to this motherfucker? Should I just walk away? Yeah, let's just walk away. You know? That's something that I have learned, and I had never done that before. It was fucking strange. But if you don't know how to do this, one thing that helped is journaling. because this is a badass way to fight self-doubt that often tags along with emotional abuse. And the way that it helps you is that by documenting your experiences, you confirm your reality and trust in your own memories. So it helps you to build trust in your perceptions, in what you see, what you're hearing. So when somebody says that, I never said that, you're like, oh no, motherfucker, you said it like this. This is how it felt. So explain. Put it back on them. And you must realize that emotional abuse springs from the abuser's need to control, not from anything you've done. You don't do anything wrong to some of these motherfuckers, but this helps shift the blame off your shoulders. So you're like, it's not my fucking problem that you're crazy. And reminding yourself that you're not the problem is a necessary step in the healing process. So reevaluate what you consider normal in relationships. If you grew up where emotional abuse was common, you might need a crash course in what healthy interactions actually look like and adjust your expectations accordingly. Because rebuilding trust is challenging, but vital. And recognizing that intimacy isn't inherently dangerous and learning to tell the difference between genuinely kind people and potential abusers is a step towards forming healthier bonds. To say, like, you know what, you're kind of toxic, you stay over there. You're so nice, we have shit in common, come on, you know. I know that I can trust you, you know that you can trust me, come on, you know. Because people who have endured emotional abuse often puts others' needs before their own. I see it all the time with people. I used to do it, so I've been there, done that. I got the t-shirt. So prioritizing yourself and addressing your needs isn't selfish. It's essential for your recovery and well-being. And you have to do this. You must do something about the emotional abuse, because emotional abuse leaves deep marks. But the path to recovery, though fucking winding, is paved with hope and healing. It's about tearing down the old fucking foundations of fear and building new ones based on respect, self-love, and genuine connection with yourself and with others. And when you do this, you're going to start seeing someone new every day in the mirror. You're going to look at yourself and you're like, damn, look how far I've made it. Look how far I've made it. I have done it. I did it. Great. Let's keep going. And you're going to be proud of yourself. I know, because that's what happened with me. And that's it for today. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. Keep an open mind and engage in respectful discussions in the comments below. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button to stay tuned for more content. Do you have a story, a question, or just need to vent? You know where to find me. Share your journey and let's navigate this wild ride together. Till next time, stay connected, stay badass, and remember, the world needs your unique brand of badassery. Here are my final thoughts. You are not what others tell you. You are what you tell yourself. And have a good day.